Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, March 24th, 2020. We are again in the final hour of the trading day. I mention this each day, but the final hour of the trading day is my preferred time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades based upon what the large financial institutions are doing at the end of the day. During the day, you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones that are in control of the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best technology, best information. In my opinion, following and basing your entries and exits on what the large financial institutions are doing at the end of the day is a long-term edge in your trading. Not every day, but that's why I use the word long-term. Anything can happen in the short term, but we want to have an edge, play that edge out, and following what the large financial institutions do, in my opinion, is an edge. So thank you all for coming today. Appreciate you being here. I always look forward to this time of the day. I think we have such a great group, and I hope that by spending here, you're investing your time here, that it is helping you with some good trading and investing principles. So wow, another crazy day, everybody. This is kind of getting annoying, right? We've had big down days. NASDAQ getting hammered today. Actually, it's one of those days where we have rotation. Dow is up 150 points, up about a little under 0.5%, but the NASDAQ down 176 points, again, down 1.33%. The S&P is slightly positive, 0.87, up 0.02%. So we're having rotation again out of tech into larger, safer, dividend paying stocks that are in the Dow Jones Industrial. So yeah, this has been a wild market, everybody. It's been like the Wild West. I'm sure if you've been trading or taking swing positions, you have notice. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we are going to come back and take a look at my current positions, as difficult as that's going to be, and talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. After that, I did have a couple day trades today. I will share those with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board. If any of you were my students, present or past, you're able to put your trades up on the board. We are going to go through, take a look at those. Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of green over there either. And as a matter of fact, I don't see any green at all. But that's how it goes sometimes, right? Trading is not easy. If it was easy, everybody could do it and just hang out in your pajamas and trade and make millions of dollars, right? It is not that way, although sometimes the media and advertisements make it look that easy. So we'll take a look at the positions up on the board. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Trader psychology is very relevant in the last couple days with the volatility that we have had. It's extremely important in trading that you keep your emotions balanced, level, zen-like. That's the ideal, right? I know it's hard and we don't always achieve that, but the worst thing you want to do, especially after you take losses, is to get destabilized, have your emotions get amplified, and make bad decisions. So one of the best ways you can do that, pick good risk to reward ratios, position size correctly. And if you do that, it will help you keep your wits about you. It will help you just trade your plan, or plan your trade, and then trade your plan. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First requirement is I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Requirement number 2, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio. It's extremely important, everybody. You can have the best setup, you can have the best confluences of indicators, but as Kamal and I and a few other people say, is it chasey or is it not chasey? Chasey means, yes, it's a good signal, but it's extended. It does not make sense from a risk to reward ratio. So 2 to 1 is what I am looking for. If I'm risking $100 to the downside, I need to be able to make at least 200 or more to the upside based upon strong and solid resistance support below me and strong and likely resistance above me. And then step number 3, please always take a minute before you take a trade. You don't have to take a trade every day. Make sure it's a good, clean trade. Make sure you know where your emergency stop is. Make sure you know where your end of day stop is. Make sure your position sizing correctly. Make sure you know where your profit targets are going to be. Make sure you know where there's significant overhead resistance that you're looking rejections for, but have a plan, a full plan. You never know what the market's going to do, but you have to know exactly what you're going to do every day with each particular trade. So there are some end of day candidates that I'm looking at today. As we get closer to the close, I will go through each one with a fine-tooth comb, looking at multiple time frames, looking at risk to reward ratios, keeping in mind correlation of how many positions I already have and what type of positions they already have. I'll factor that into the equation. And if I find something at the end of the day that makes sense, fits all those requirements, then I will enter the trade before the close of the market. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them, happy to clarify anything I discussed today. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at, please put them in the chat, put an emoji or an asterisk by it so I know that it's time sensitive, and I will do my best to get to it before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students that have positions up on the board, if you have any new entries or exits for me today that you would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the market, wait till the market's closed. So I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure is off, and then we'll take as much time as we need to get those updated. Okay, so that's the plan for today. I'm going to go ahead and run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay, well, let's see who is present today. Lava74, good to see you, Lava. Lava says hello, everyone. Johan is here. Nice to see you, Johan. Good chatting with you earlier. Hoping you're having a good evening in Hong Kong. Lilia is here. Hello, Lilia. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Hope the dogs are doing well. David says, hello, Greg and group. Hello, Mr. David. Good to see you, sir. Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here, Steve. You know I mean that, and I'm sure everyone else in the group does. Hope you're doing well. Dogs, Holly, everyone. Steve says, excuse me, I'm seeing big distribution in tech stocks and growth names across my watch list. Some even losing their 200-day moving averages. Yeah, it's, what did you say yesterday, Steve? Angry and fierce or something. The market, that's what it feels like. It feels very ornery, especially in the tech sector, with the rotation out of tech and into some of the more consumer defensive dividend type of stocks. But yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal out there. Kamal is here. Good to see you, Kamal. Nice chatting with you. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Kamal. I really mean that. Dan is here. Hi, Greg and Gregorians. Good to see you. I always laugh when I see Gregorians, but thank you. That's fun. Mamal is here. Hi, Mamal. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Timothy is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Tim. Good to see you. Good chatting with you. Good catching up on sports and all that kind of stuff. Hope you're doing well. Lova says CME gapped up and did not retreat today. Also getting close to a 520 EMA cross, and it broke through 50 RSI today. There was a strong V1 yesterday. Well, let's take a look at CME Group then. Oh, that's the 5 minute. Yeah, that's strong. It is strong. I don't know whether or not the 520 EMA crossover back test well on this. Right now, they're exactly the same, which would qualify as a back test. No sideways motion though. That's the thing. No sideways motion. Let's look over on the weekly. It's holding support of the 5 EMA, so that's good news. I don't know. I don't like to buy these type of jumps here. Lava without this sideways motion. In my experience, these tend to go down, bounce, maybe one more day up, and then come back down. So that's me personally. I would stay away from CME. Steve says, I will be jumping on an interview. Oh, good. At 3 p.m. So I won't be here. FYI, I will be exiting Etsy today. Okay. I imagine I will too. Etsy, no bueno today. No hot tamale at all. Yeah, let's just be done with Etsy and just be done with it. Have a good interview, Steve, and let us know what that interview is so I can share the link. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel always. Lova says BRKB that you talked about earlier in the week looks like it may have given an entry signal today. Yeah, that's my favorite signal today by far. By far. I definitely will be buying Berkshire Hathaway as long as we close above day one's close. We came into the value zone. We did make a lower high, but we washed out the lows. Washed out the lows. Yesterday's V2 or day 2 bar of the V2 washed out the lows, washed out the previous bar. And now, I mean, this is about as perfect. This is about as perfect as a return to value trade as you can get, but it's going to have to close above day one's close, which is 250.26. It's currently 251. So this is 100% my favorite trade today. Jonathan is here. Good to see you, sir. Hope you are having a good evening in Ireland. Looking forward to our lesson on Sunday. You were just an excellent student in our last lesson. Steve says the sellers are hungry today to raise capital out of tech sector and growth stocks. Yeah, there is definitely some distribution going on. You can feel it. Just feels different, right? Oracle, love it. Says Oracle has a lot of sideways motion before giving us a 520 EMA cross. Yeah, can someone check the 520 on Oracle? That is a very, very good sideways motion there. That is excellent. And it's a tech stock up on a down day. I don't know if Kamal, if you have the ability to back test Oracle with the 520 EMA, but that does look good. All right, should we get to it? Let's get to it. Well, Amazon has not been kind to me the last couple days. I shorted Amazon back here on the 22nd. Closed above the 200-day, which was my stop. I switched, went long yesterday at 31, 34, 33. This morning opened up nice. I thought I made the right decision, and looks like we're way under the 200, down 0.82% today. If this closes under the 200, I will have to go ahead and just lock in this loss. This has been a tough week. Etsy. All right, so we have Tracy, Carlos, Steve, Gary, and myself. We did buy Etsy with the 1050 SMA cross here at 215.80. Started out pretty good. Look, grateful that I hit some profit targets to help mitigate this monster down bar today. But this thing is down 8.23% today. So I definitely will be getting out of this trade today. You can see this red line down here. This was my emergency stop. But again, remember, it's important to know exactly what and be okay with your emergency stop, because if it gets to your emergency stop, you should go, okay, unfortunate, but the number that you pick for your emergency stop needs to be a number that if you hit it, it's no big deal. It's not going to damage your account. Even 2, 3, 4, 5 of them not going to have a significant negative impact on your account. So it doesn't really matter how much it's down. right? It just matters, am I okay if it gets to my emergency stop? And is that number a number that is not going to impact my account in a negative way significantly? So when I saw this down today, I was like, geez, I better put my emergency stop down there. But I mean, it's way away from that. But still, my end of day stop has triggered. I will be getting out of Etsy today at the close. SPY. All right. Well, finally, something positive. I did buy the SPY yesterday at the close at $389.50. I sold it at the open today at $390.92. So had a decent little overnight SPY profit. Of course, I will be buying this again today at the close. Lastly, TMO. Johan and Lilia and I did buy TMO. It was a good setup, actually. It was a higher low, close back above the 200-day, a rejection of the 200 intraday, rejection of the 200-day. It was a V1. It was a rejection of the -1 ATR channel. We bought it at 446.61. It's currently 447.90. It is down on the day 0.91%, but luckily it is still profitable on the trade. All right, let me take you through. We're going to go backwards on this one. Boy, this is a hot mess, isn't it? All right. So we had a V2 here. Here's day one, or bar 1, 2, 3, bar 2 washes out bar 1, closes above bar 1's close. I did buy it at 315.22. A half a position. I remember this was a half a position. Next bar went up. Luckily, I took half profits here at 315.59. This bar here rejected the 50 RSI at 315.19. And then this bar here, I sold. So all in all, that was a losing trade. But the loss was mitigated by me taking half profits and also trailing stops. Okay. Earlier in the day, let me get rid of this here. All right. Earlier in the morning, I did have a nice little under over 30 RSI. I bought it here at 315.22. The previous bar closed under the 30. This bar closed over the 30. My end of bar stop would have been a close under 30. I bought it here at 315.32. Had a nice big up bar, sold here at 315.95. Had another one here, 316.26. Had another one here, 316.90. And as we got close to the 50-day or 50 SMA, I got out of the rest. So that was a good trade in at 315.22, at 315.95, at 316.26, at 316.90, out, and the last portion I got out at 317.43. So positive on the day trades, but not a good day on the swing trades at all. At all. All right, let's go over and take a look at everyone else's trades. Everybody saw my warts, so it's time to see everybody else's warts on a day like today. Sorry, I'm not making fun. You know that, right? I am in the same boat with everyone today. Steve did buy Monster Corporation here at 88.95 with the 520 crossover. Yesterday, it moved up nicely, reversed a little bit. It was up earlier. Actually, no, it wasn't. It never was up on the day. It is down 0.78%. Steve bought it at 88.95. It's 88.92, so right about break even on the trade, which is great on a day like today. PKI, Kamal bought PKI here with the V2 close above the 200 at 126.60. This trade has been in the money almost all the time Kamal has had it, but today down 1.88%. Looks like it's closing below the 200-day. So give me some updates on that, Kamal, what you're going to be doing with that. eBay, man, I thought eBay was completely impervious to the market because it's been so strong. Tim and Mamal did buy eBay with the rejection of the 200-day moving average at 53.30. Really good trade here. I mean, look at this. This was just a one-way move up, but today we have a close. Looks like we're going to close below the previous day's low. So if that were me, I would at minimum take off half of the position. But both Timothy and Mamal are up 8.59%. So that is one heck of a nice trade. ARK. David. David bought a higher low V1 here at 122.40. Rejection of the -1 ATR channel. MACD was positive. All looks good, but we just ran into a monster today. Initially went positive. Yesterday came back down, but held halfway of his stop. But today, down 5.05%. So that's a bummer there, David. VIPs. Oh, Lord. Frank, buddy, I'm so sorry to see this. I'm hoping you're going to give me some news like you got out. But, jeez, Frank bought this at 44.29. I don't know what happened today. Jeez, it's down 21.3%. That's horrible. Well, if there's a bright side to it, Frank, you only bought half, so at least that's good, right? Light. Okay, Gary sold put spreads 80 70 the 80 770 50 strike prices expiring on April 6th. It is now 79.05, which means it is below where Gary sold the puts at. He only has risk between 80 and 77.50. The most he can lose is to 77.50. After that, the puts that he bought will hedge the puts that he sold. So essentially, he wants this to close above $80 before April 16th. But that's a big down day, or big down day today. Yeah, it lost the range and came down. BYD. All right. So we have Tracy and we have Paxton, whom I have a lesson tonight with. I apologize. Last time I was a little under the weather and I had to reschedule. So here we go. They bought this all the way back at 47.38. Had a huge move up and then closed below the previous day's low. They sold here at 55.70. Had another leg up, but yeah, this one has just gone down. This one has just gone down, but it's still nicely up on the trade. So that's what is important. NVAX. All right, Frank had a wonderful trade on NVAX. He bought it here at 135. It more than doubled within like 15 days. Pretty good. He sold 90% of his position. He did keep a 10% trailer for funsies, and glad that he did, because boy, this was a straight up and a straight down. It has had a nice leg up here the last month, but it is down 8% today. But Frank only has 10%, so way to go there. And AVGO. I was looking at this for Lilia earlier. Okay, that was just a looky-loo right there. All right, give me a second. Kamal says the Oracle 520 is negative, Lava. So keep that in mind. The 520 does not backtest well, according to Kamal's backtest. Frank has a poem for us. Let's read it. The market will test your will. Yes, it will, just like today, right? The market will test your will. It's a force that can thrill or be cold as a chill. Its next move can be hard to distill. So sharpen your skills, because it takes all you've got to climb up its hill. Boy, that is apropos for the day, Frank. Let me paste this over here and then we will read it one more time. I always get more out of it the second time. First time I'm just trying to get the flow of the poem. Okay, the market will test your will. It's a force that can thrill or be cold as a chill. Its next move can be hard to distill, so sharpen your skills, because it takes all you've got to climb up its hill. Yes, we are in a different trading world right now, everybody, than last year. Last year was easy peasy, lemon tweezy. I don't know how that goes, but you know what I'm saying. We are in a completely different market now. Moves are sharp, vicious, ornery, angry. So that's a wonderful poem, Frank. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Dan says, Frank, hands clappy. Yep. Frank says, it's okay. I was stopped out of VIPs. Oh, you were? Okay, good. You know, I don't like to see anyone in this group have losing trades. I just don't like it. You know that's true, right? Okay, so you hit your stop, and that's that. Good, Frank. Good trade. Didn't make money, but you followed your trade plan, which is the most important. Okay. What else are we doing? Anybody have any idea? Johan says, good stop, Frank. Good to hear the damage is limited. That's the key. I mean, you know, as I talking about before with emergency stops, it doesn't matter how bad the loss is. It doesn't matter if it's a 30% loss. If you calculated your position size according to the two ATRs and you came up with a number that you're okay with, you know, I mean, if your emergency stops $500, you really have to be okay with $500. You can't say, oh yeah, my emergency stops 500, but then when it get hit, you fall to your knees and cry, right? That emergency stop should be something that can be hit, that will not affect you, and more importantly, can be hit multiple times. In my experience with my students, they tell me what their maximum allowed loss is on a trade, and then so many times they come back to me and they say, oh, you know, I said it was 1,000, but no, I think 500 is more realistic if I hit multiple emergency stops. And so that's kind of been a good rule of thumb. Whenever a student tells me a number, I say, are you sure you don't want to just go half of that? And that seems to be about the right number. Johan says, and thanks for the poem. It's fantastic. They're all fantastic, right, Johan? Unbelievable. We're so lucky to have Frank. I mean, we really, really are lucky to have Frank. We're lucky to have Steve. We're lucky to have Kamal with his scanner, all these great things. Just amazing. Appreciate that, Frank. Okay. Cleo Trumbull. How you doing, Cleo? Nice to see you. How low will Penn Gaming go? Can somebody give me a symbol on Penn Gaming so I can take a look? I don't know what that one is offhand. If you could give me that, Cleo, I'd appreciate it. Lilia says, not sure why I brought up AVGO. I was thinking I was looking at the wrong time frame. I think I remember what it was, or maybe I don't. Yeah, now that I look at it, whatever, maybe I looked at the wrong symbol. What I looked at and commented back to you kind of made sense, but yeah, now I don't, AVGO doesn't make sense. Yavar is here. Good to see you, Yavar. Hope you're doing well, sir. Johan says, many Chinese stocks, also Hong Kong market, are down today for the rising tensions between Europe and China. SEC is also rolling out mechanisms to delist Chinese firms. Well, that definitely could be part of it. Johan lives in Hong Kong, so thank you, sir, for the update. Okay, so it's PENN. Yeah, I don't see anything there. I don't see anything there, Cleo. We need to find some kind of level. We need to find some kind of level that is going to hold. We're at a 42.17 RSI. We could hold here at the previous low. We could hold here at the 30 RSI. We could hold here at the 100-day moving average or the negative third. But I don't see any, somewhere probably in this range is where I would look to buy. We could have a nice V2 tomorrow if we rallied up tomorrow, wiped out these lows, had a V2. That's when I would buy. It either has to go lower or higher for me to get interested in Penn. Hope that helps, Cleo. All right, let's see what's happening. Amazon got me coming and going. Got me on my short and got me on my long. Kind of rude, honestly. If I have to be honest, a little rude on Amazon. Etsy is beyond rude, just inappropriate today. My gosh. Between Match.com yesterday and Etsy today. These, I think, like my two worst trades of the year. But it happens. You can't win all the time. I wish you could, but it's a give and take. It's a give and take. So I will definitely be exiting this today, and I know Steve told me earlier that he did too. All right, so the S&P is down also now. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ugly. All right. Well, listen, before we start looking at some potential end of day trades, before I go down through my potential end of day candidates, looking for the three requirements: confluence combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames, 2, good risk to reward ratio. You don't want to be chasing things. You want to have at least 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio, meaning that if you're willing to risk 100, you can make 200 or more to the upside. And then number 3, position size for volatility. Keep in mind correlation. Keep in mind what your account heat is. Generally, just make sure you have a good, clean trade, that you know exactly what you're going to do with that trade. But this is from Money Trader Edge / Better Thinking, Better Trading. I really love this channel. I've gotten to really, really enjoy this channel. He posts some really great information, short and to the point. The worst addiction is breaking your trading rules. That's the worst addiction, is that you set a plan and then you break them. And once you break them, it's easier to break them again. I mentioned this the other day. You know, back in my athlete days when I was training, I would have to run up this big hill on my way home. And every day I'd be like, gosh, you know, okay, I'm tired. I've worked out all day. I think I'm just going to like walk up this hill. But I'm like, nope, I am not going to do that, because once you do it, it's easier to keep doing it, right? I used to smoke. I smoked for 12 years, and it all started with the one little stupid cigarette that I smoked and then became a habit. Luckily, I've quit. I haven't had a cigarette in like 2 years, which was hard to do, but I just let that one little sneaky one in, and that's what started it. It's the same with your rules, everybody, your trading rules. If you break them, it will start to become an addiction, and you'll just start to break them. So do whatever you can to just stick with your rules. It's okay to have the feeling. It's okay to, understand the feeling. Sit there and feel it and go, yes, I am feeling that I want to break the rules. Just acknowledge it, feel it, but it doesn't mean that you have to act on it, right? That's the key. So, the best traders in the world started with very strict rules. They followed those rules and it became a habit. So keep positive habits in mind. Don't get in there, start breaking your rules. Just remember that feeling. If you want to get in there and break your rules, just acknowledge, go, oh, okay, I'm having that feeling of breaking the rules, but I don't want to, don't do it. Don't give into it, because then it will become a habit and it will become an addiction. So anyway, great channel over on Twitter. I really enjoy it. Money Trade Edge, or Better Thinking, Better Trading. And this was very helpful for me. I appreciate that. And I hope it was helpful for everyone else. Well, looks like everything's making a low. My gosh. Unreal. Whew, S&P making a low on the day. Yeah, this is all ugly. Ugly fugly. Lilia said, you commented on pins earlier, but now it's below the 100 and not a V1 anymore. Oh, it was pins. Okay. Thank you for that, Lilia. Steve says, selling is accelerating into the closing 30 minutes. Making new lows on many charts. Yes, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Steve says, I'm out of Etsy here. Okay, we will take you out of Etsy, Steve. Tim says, HTZGQ looks like V1 and a cross. I'm wondering whether or not I will have the ability to pull that one up. HTZGQ. Yeah, I can't pull that one up, Tim. Let me try it one more time. HTZGQ. No, I don't have that one in my, I don't have, it just doesn't pull it up. Sorry about that, bud. Dan says, Steve, is there a place we can get the rebroadcast of your interview? I don't know, but that's why I asked Steve if he could, when he's done, at least let me know where it is or send me the link and I'll share it with everyone. Usually when you do an interview, it takes the person doing the interview a little bit to put it together and edit it and post it and all that kind of stuff. So yes, please keep us apprised of that, Steve. And if and when you get the link, please let us know. Okay. Wow, this is just ugly. Just ugly. All right. Well, let's take a look here, everybody. All right, Lululemon looked promising earlier. Looked like we were having a 520 crossover. I do not see that anymore. The 5 is way under the 20, so we will just go ahead and take Lulu off. ISRG, Johan pointed this out. This is a higher low rejection of the 200-day moving average. This is intuitive surgical. It is holding the 200-day moving average. MACD is green, which is positive. It's a good risk to reward ratio, so that it looks decent. It's up today. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly forming a range down here. If I want to get technical about this though, we are rejecting the -1 ATR channel on the weekly. So that is acting as resistance above, but not too bad. The Qs, I was hoping for a 520 crossover, but the Qs have gone the opposite way. And so I would get into the Qs as long as we have another 520 crossover, if and when that happens. It will happen eventually, but where it will happen, I do not know. BRKB, favorite trade of the day by far. Doesn't mean it's going to be positive in any sense of the word. Hold on one second. Give me one sec. All right. This is a perfect example here, everyone, of a return to value, sideways motion, V2, above the value zone, into the value zone. It held for 2 days, but then came back down. Another 2 days sidewards, which is great. And today, not only did we, here's day 1, 2, and 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, means that we came down here, tested the waters. There were no more sellers down here. We reverse back up to trigger the V2. So day 1, day 2 washes out day 1. Day 3 is currently above day 1's close. That is valid. We also rejected the low of the previous range over here on yesterday's washout bar. We are above 50 RSI. I am definitely taking this trade today as long as we close above 250.26 for sure. Five came up on the scanner. I guess maybe it was a V1 earlier or something. I don't see anything here whatsoever on 5 that interests me. BFT. Nope. Is a confluence of the 100-day moving average here with the -1 ATR channel down here, but it's not there yet. Foley Transmean Acquisition Company? I don't know. MTH. Man, everything just got sold into today hard. Don't see anything there. IONS. I get really scared when I see these big down moves. Huge gap. I do not want to get involved. It's at 29.16. Even if it closed above 30, I would not get involved with this big skyscraper bar down. This is a good example, everyone. Look, this bar looks like it's this big. It is not this big. It is this big. See, the close before this day was here. So don't imagine in your mind from here to here. That's not how big the bar is. This bar is this big. And my students will know we might rally. We might rally back up here, which is halfway, right, from a Fibonacci standpoint. But I do not want to get involved in that at all. ExxonMobil is having a decent day. It's a V2, but let me show you the difference. Okay. Here's day one, here's day two, here's day three. Day two washes out day one. Yes, we did have a V2, but we have a gap, which I don't like. But see how this is just down, bounce? Or if you look at BRKB, we have into the value zone, sideways motion showing stability. Look, if you want to build a tall building, you have to have a strong foundation to go high, right? And well, in stocks, you have to have, or it helps to have a foundation of a base of consolidation. That's why the sideways motion, everyone, is so important. Okay. CVX is Chevron, very similar to Exxon. I mean, almost identical. We've had a big sell-off in energy, and then we've had a bounce, but I just, it's not enough. It's just, there's not enough sideways motion there for me. KMI, false breakouts to the downside in a V2. Here is day one. Here is day two. Day two washes out day one. Day three, closing above day one's close, and also a false breakout to the downside from here. But chasey, right? It's just chasey, right? If I bought this today, my stop would be halfway the washout bar. That's all the way down here. We can probably find something with a better risk to reward ratio than that, can't we? I like the weekly's okay. I mean, we're closing above the 200, but yeah, on the daily, trading it on the daily, I just don't like it. If it came back, closer to the halfway and the trade was still in place, okay, but not as is. And then ANET, yeah, I don't see anything here either. For me, there's no question whatsoever. BRKB by far to me is the best setup of the day. So we're down 222 points on the NASDAQ now. S&P is now negative. Dow is still positive at 86, but yeah, this is all ugliness. Oh, Trend Spider is doing the interview. Excellent, Steve. I will definitely look forward to seeing or listening to that. And please let us know when it comes out. Sunny, how you doing, Sunny? Love that name. DIA and SPY both have major bearish divergences with MACD on weekly charts. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, so we have a high here. We have a bit of a pullback. We have a pullback here into red. Now we're higher. So we have high with this high of MACD bars. We have a pullback to red. We have gone higher on less green than over here. That is a double top with a bearish divergence. That means this last move up here did not quite have the oomph as the first move. And what was Sunny's other one? SPY. Yeah, we made highs here with green MACD. We came back to red. We made a higher high with no green bars at all. Dr. Alexander Elder would call that a double top with a missing right shoulder, which is even more bearish than less MACD. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. Pretty crazy. So, okay. So Sunny's looking at the double divergence if you look back to August. Yeah, sometimes it's the context of the chart, but what I just saw there were divergences too, but pulling back out and seeing a bigger picture may be a larger divergence of what Sunny's talking about there. All right, well, I am going to have to take my lumps and sell Amazon today. Take a loss. I am definitely selling Etsy. That was horrible. But look, it happens. SPY, I guess the bright side of that, I'm going to get a better price on my overnight SPY trade. And then TMO, is it holding the 200? It is, so I will stick with it. All right. And I will be buying BRKB today as long as it holds above 250. Lova says, when there's only one stock that looks good, do you ever buy a double position? Kind of the opposite of buying half with mediocre setups. No, because if I buy two, and it doesn't mean that they'd have to be mediocre. I could have two really good setups, but if I buy two, I'm only going to buy half of each because it equals one. See what I mean? I could have two fantastic setups, but if I buy, I don't like to buy more than one position a day, one full position a day. So if I buy two, I can buy two halvies, right? Which gets me to one. But the answer to your question, no. If it's a really good one, do I buy double? I don't. I mean, you could. A lot of people base their position size and they can go up in their position size if like it's a really, really good setup. But, it's just my rules. Lova. So yeah, I'm just going to buy a regular position of Berkshire. But it's a good thought. All right. Well, Etsy was about as nasty as possible. My goodness. Qs are making a little stand down here near the 30 RSI. Looks like we went under 30, over 30. Whether that will hold, I have no idea. All right, we have 10 minutes. Calpesh is back in the queues on the 5-minute. Okay, so I think sorry. I have a friend named Calpesh too. Kamal bought the under 30, over 30 on the queues. So let's wish Kamal luck on this and hope this goes roaring up. Ugh. Not looking so hot to Molly, that's for sure. Okay. Come on, hang in there for Kamal, would you? There you go. Get on up there. Come on, keep above 30. Guess I better make sure Berkshire is even going to keep the trigger. Yes, it is. Man, I could not have been more wrong on bonds. I thought if bonds rallied, we would see growth stocks do well, but bonds have rallied like a monster, but no go. No go with the growth stocks. All right, so the Qs are now under the 30 RSI on the 5 minute. We're hovering right there, back over. Come on now. It's really battling with that 30 there, so just waiting on Berkshire here. Just wait for the close. Dump my losers for the day. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Amazon. No, I'm going to get rid of Etsy first. Looks like everyone's selling at the close here. Oh boy. Okay, I'm out of Etsy, right? I'm out of Etsy. Kamal says he's out of the trade. Okay. goodness. I don't know if my Berkshire is gonna. Oh, right there. Barely. Barely, barely. Well, now Berkshire's under. TMO is getting close to the 200-day moving average. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be taking Berkshire. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Amazon. $250.26 is my point on Berkshire. It doesn't look like it's going to work. So I'm out of Amazon. I'm out of Etsy. TMO is still holding. I will hold. We have about a minute and a half. 250.26. If I can get back up there, I don't know. VIX is positive. You would expect that. All right, so I don't think there's any trades today other than my overnight SPY trade. About 20 seconds on my end. Brutal day. Brutal day, everybody. My goodness. Oh. All right, well, that was something. All right, let's see where I got filled here. Okay, so SPY at 387.52. Is that what it says? 387.52. All right, well, I'll take it. 387.52 is my new overnight SPY entry. Oh no, 387, not 378. 387.52. There we go. That's the overnight SPY. Berkshire did not trigger. Out of Amazon. Tough day. Tough day, everybody. The key is when you have days like this, though, you know, you just just don't do anything that's against your plan and your position size. Just stay steady with what you are supposed to do. So that's it. I have SPY with the overnight SPY trade. I have SMO as long as it holds above the 200. And that is it. So if any of my students have any new changes for me, any new additions or subtractions up on the board, please put them in the chat now, and I will get them updated. Before I do, I just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I teach a great course. It's 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. And in it, I teach you all 5 of my trading approaches that I use. And when you're done with the course, I know you are going to learn a lot. I teach you step by step each approach. Of course, they don't work all the time, obviously, but in the long run, they have worked a whole lot more than they have not worked. And so I teach you step by step how to position size, emergency stops, end of day stops, profit targets, overhead resistance. And so you will have good trading strategies that you can use in any market. So if you are interested in this course, it is $1,750, but I think it's worth every penny, especially because of all the one-on-one attention that you get through the 15 hours. I'm very patient in teaching, and I will just teach you until you finally get it. I promise you that. So if you are interested, send me a message, an email. The email is in the description of this video. Or you can send me a message on Twitter. Just say, Greg, interested in your one-on-one course. I'll reply and say, great, let's do a Skype call. Skype call's free. Just want to find out more about you and your trading and your challenges. It's a good time for you to ask, and also a good time for you to ask me questions, detailed questions about the course. Secondly, speaking of courses, I do have a new online course that I've recently created and put it up on udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Approach. It is 9.5 hours, 26 videos, 15 study guides. It's a great price on Udemy. It's like $12 to $15, and you are going to learn one of the best stock trading approaches that there is if you use that course. And for 12 or 15 bucks, I promise you it is worth. And if you're interested, there is a link in the description of this video. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It really helps build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content so they can get out and share it more. So, if you found something in the past that was helpful, or if you found something today that was helpful, I would really, really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. All right, let's go over to the board, or go over to the board. So I know Steve's out of Etsy. Mamal is out of Amazon. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Mamal is out of Amazon. Out 1/2, good, with close below. That's the perfect formula on the deep dip buy. Moved 1.5 ATRs from entry, have a close below the previous day's low, and out. Excellent. Etsy. Okay, so Steve's out of Etsy. Oh, Mamal's out of Etsy, right? Mamal was in ARC, all right. And PTON. Frank says, Kamal, shop has been on my mind for April. Lilia says, Etsy, so glad we got out of QS yesterday. Oh, I didn't look at QS. Let's take a look. I didn't see I had you there at Lilia. Let's look at QS. Oh. Fist bump, Lilia, right? I mean, it wasn't fun taking a loss on QS yesterday, but that saves 16%, 16.76% to the downside. So it's always a nice feeling. Even if you take a loss, you get out and you see it go down the next day. So good for us, Lilia, right? All right. So I still have here Tracy, Carlos, and Gary in Etsy. If any three of you are out there, let me know if that's the case. Oh, Kamal Shopify. Oh, it's a Kamal shop trade at 11:20. Oh. All right. Yeah, there was some serious damage done today in the markets on this. My gosh. All right. Good luck on that, Kamal. So let's take a look at the indexes. Let's look at the DIA for that one. So the DIA was up a penny. We are getting back to the value zone. So that's, you know, better than buying up here at the third ATR channel. And what else was that? SPY. Let's see, the Qs are right in the value zone. And SPY also in the value zone. So, you know, we're in a decent place to buy. We just need a trigger. That's it. All right, what's going on after hours? Qs are down 2 pennies. SPY is even. VIX up. Not a lot, but up. Yeah, Lilia, good for us, right? Then we got to have QS. My gosh. Oh, Leva says, I wanted to stay in AY just now, but it would have violated the deep dip exit rules. I didn't want to change my workplace. I don't want to change my workplace accident boardroom from 2 days to back down to 0 days. Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. So I follow the rules. Good for you. And I think AY, yeah, that was the one that I couldn't pull up. Yeah, I tried to pull that up yesterday. Good for you. I'm proud of you, Leva. Follow your rules. Following your rules in the long run is what's going to get you there in trading. Well, tough day, everybody. Hope everyone stayed safe. That's brutal. Just brutal. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes sometimes. But sometimes it feels like you're never going to make another penny in the market. And, well, sometimes it feels like that. And sometimes it is like that. But it will change. It will change. I promise you that. Let's take a look at this. Get off of stocks for a minute. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Cornfield. So, you know, let's forget about today's losses. Let's go out and make sure we try to do one random act of kindness daily, preferably to one human being. And also, if we could do it to an animal, just say hello, pet it on the head, give it a little treat or a little scratch, you know, a little pat on the bum, throw the ball, whatever. But it's going to make the other human being feel good if you do something nice. It's going to make the animal feel good if you do something nice, and it should make you feel good as well. So all the way around, it's a good thing. So let's try to remember that. Forget about trading losses today and go out and be extra nice and extra kind. How about that? Does that sound all right? Well, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to get my hiking gear on and go for a hike, shake off this loss, and just know that there will be setups. There will be good setups coming in the future. And that's how you have to look at things. That's how you have to look at things. All right, does anyone have any more comments, any questions, anything I can help you with? I'm happy to do that. Kamal says, today's sell-off is at lower volume than previous sell-off. Yep, you're right. Previous sell-off here had the big bars over here of volume. There was some increase in selling in volume from yesterday to the downside. Last time we held at that 100-day moving average and bounced right there. Will it happen again? I don't know. Ava, how you doing? Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. Hope you're doing well. Ava says, really appreciate you, Greg. I don't always say hi, but I listen in almost daily. Well, thank you, Ava. That is kind of you, and I hope you are doing well and having a good trading week, month. I'm not sure. This one's been a tough month for me. I don't know for you, but Ava's a really good trader. So thank you for saying hi, Ava. That's nice of you. What did Bitcoin do today? Anybody watch Bitcoin? Formed V2 intraday, went up and then shoop, just down with everything else. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you, Kamal. You have a good day as well. Well, I think that's going to be it. So thanks for coming. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate that. If you could do that before you boogie on with the rest of your day. It really does help the channel. And nice to see a few people I haven't seen for a while. Ava, Sunny. Yeah, really appreciate our group. And Cleo. I don't know, Cleo, if that's the first time you've come, I can't remember. All right. Well, look, we'll hope for a little green tomorrow. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But have a good rest of your day, everyone. Appreciate you coming. Thank you, Mama. You have a good day as well. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, which is Thursday. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity.